building. We in the building. Guaranteed I'm about to kill it. Make these niggas feel it. Know what the drill is. Shy racking, attacking. They got me backwards. I'm proactive, a proactus. They ain't lasting. I'm everlasting like a battery. Call me a rabbit, but not be rabbit. Niggas, I can't say that. I had to change my habits. Niggas, maggots, trying to... Woo!
Okay.
It's the first time in a long time.
Open up.
Yo!
He lit the blunt and got it up.
We gotta do what we... What? We in the motherfucking building today with the Minority Report. Yo. Life is crazy, bro. Life is so short. And we're gonna kick it off because this is the Minority Report. This is the 5th episode. And this is where we highlight bullshit that has taken place. And lately, there's been a tragedy where I'm from. There's been a tragedy where I'm from. The murder of a 6-year-old and a 35-year-old took place in the apartments that I've been to, smoked many bees at, chilled at, that I bees at when I bees in the trap. And it's crazy. And it seems to be a domestic violence incident. A 32-year-old woman was hurt. But yo, what is going on?
Say when. This is...
Like, the whole thing is people think so short term.
No. It's not even. People are like, when you think about it, when you were a child, right? Like, all of your thoughts.
Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. We got Remedy, the battle rapper. I'm gonna introduce you, nigga. We got Remedy, the battle rapper, in the building. The reason why I'm coming into this bitch kicking bars in the building. Also, man, the father, the dreamer, the podcaster, the motivational speaker. Remedy is in the building, straight out of California. California love.
By way of St. Louis, man. I'm a St. Louis kid, but Midwest. Like I'm from not from far from where y'all from.
Not far. I love St. Louis. Shout out Nate Moore. Shout out Jordan Greer. Man, yo, the mafia out there. Them niggas, yeah. I love them.
Yeah, man. But you know, like stepping outside of, like, you don't know you in the garbage until you outside of the trash can, and like, because you can't see it, like you just inside of it, and all you see is garbage, but you don't know that you in a trash can. When you step out, you can see the garbage and everything that goes into the, you know, receptacle, right? And, you know, since becoming a dad, becoming just, you know, a mature, or, you know, striving for maturity, right? I look at the origin of everything, right? Because you could tell a fruit by the tree it come from. It don't matter what it looked like. That apple might look like orange, but it's still an apple if it come from an apple tree. And so it's evil if it come from evil. And a lot of our, like, we haven't had any like healing from COINTELPRO.
Yeah.
Like, COINTELPRO is the illest thing that ever happened in the history of probably mankind, because it wasn't just a war, a physical war. It was a psychological war.
Yo,
and anytime you got evil like that,
and it gets slept on. It gets slept on. Like, when they talk about what happened to black people in America,
yeah,
they barely talk about the meanest and the worst and most despicable things that they did, which was lesser education, lesser job opportunities, making it so we couldn't read. And I'm like, and this is after slavery, that these things, and these are generational, year after year.
Well, see, after slavery, we did better than what we're doing right now, actually. like directly after slavery in the Reconstruction period, that's when you had the development of things like Greenwood, like Black Wall Street, like East St. Louis, and these black communities that became prominent and produced the most prominent African Americans that we know of, the Martin Luther Kings, the Thurgood Marshalls. The whole movement was created from people who were in all black communities, but through the integrations and the destructions of our communities, the things like redlining, and then also our highway systems being breaking up our communities in that way, it created a situation where we couldn't have consistency. And see, like it takes generations to break curses. Like it takes generations to realize an idea. Like you got to keep perfecting that over time. And if you like look at certain families have mathematical dynasties, right? Like the dad will have completed some equation, then the son will have like developed some theory, and his son will have invented something. You know, it takes generations, but they keep us. Well, I try to get away from it. We are kept at such a disadvantage because we don't know.
There is a they, and it's so thick that we don't even know. I mean,
bruh, trust me, because like you can't be my devil if you ain't my God. So it's just us.
Well, that's even what this is about. It's holding them accountable in a deeper way, and you know, like because even for you, I know it's kind of against your nature to even be in on, you know, to like do this. But that's my heavy fucking point. I want people to think before anything happens.
Nobody grows up like wanting to become a murderer. Nobody grows up wanting to.
They do though.
No, they don't.
Not being on crack. Not being on crack. But like shit on some lean, whatever. That's some of the first things.
I'm talking about a
like
child
a murderer.
Child left to their own devices. When they start out, that nobody wants to do evil. Children are the most purest, most beautiful things in the world. And then the world, like if a seed don't bloom, you blame the environment, not the seed. That seed got everything in it. It needs to become an oak tree. But if you pouring alcohol on that seed, you like keeping that seed in the shade, it ain't gonna grow what it's supposed to be. So like it's just us is what I'm saying at the end of the day. When we start doing what we supposed to do, they can't fuck with us, bro. Like nobody's stopping me.
And that's true. That is the realest shit. But at the same time, like I think about even because I watched Atlanta go to the World Series, right? Mm-hmm. I also watched in the middle of the season one of their star players beat up their girlfriend and get off the fucking team. Like, and ruin their whole lives when I'm sure whatever was going on in that moment was not worth it. And it doesn't matter where you're from. You can't blame the trenches on a 6-year-old and a 35-year-old not being here. We've got to do better. And I don't care about clowning some weak ass, you know, like these mug shots, somebody being mad at me. First off, people are not used to being criticized ever a day in their lives, and they better get used to it. It's the foundation of growth. And like, yo, I want somebody, even if it's one motherfucker, to think about my black ass roasting the fuck out of them before they put their hands on somebody they love or make a decision to throw away their life.
So like people don't make decisions to throw away their lives. People react and throw away their lives. So you got a response and you got a reaction. And that like if you respond to like all your emotions ain't yours, right? You feel some kind of ways that's crazy, and you got to be able to discern like which emotions are going to facilitate the life that you really want to lead, right? But a lot of people get so emotionally entangled, and their part of their brain is called the amygdala or whatever. It get hijacked, and it floods them, and then that fight or flight comes into play, and then they do all of that. They fly fighting, and it's just crazy, right? And we don't have the
plus niggas don't know how to shoot for real.
Nobody like again. People aren't. They're not killers for real. The person who
And
committed this crime,
you've
the
been
per-
in the trenches and the military.
yeah, and that's
That's
what I'm
why
saying.
you were a
That's what I'm
battle
saying, bro.
rapper.
That's my
You're
biggest
as
thing.
whoa.
These people ain't killers. These people are not killers. Like even in battle rap, I'm like, bro, y'all ain't killers for real. Y'all emotional. Y'all will do some crazy shit that is, create a lot of shock value, but it's emotions. Like I'll go on some law-abiding citizen stuff. Like it's different when you like in the midst of killers. Killers don't yell. Like that's why I'm like my vocal projection was my heart, like my least biggest quality because I ain't
Your
gonna yell
least
at you.
effective, yeah.
Oh really? Oh really? Okay. Well, you have
Yo,
a good day, brother. And then like you know what I'm saying? Because that's how
well,
when it's
then
real,
St.
it's
Louis
real.
is a pimping ass place,
When
and
it's
so
real, it's real.
that's
And
part of
like
your pimping is not raising your voice.
right, and like it's never like none of us are really as savage as we think we are. It's actually entertaining to see us try to act savage because we are the original righteous man.
I'm a motherfucking animal, me, Remy D. I'll battle I battle rap anybody. I thought about battle rapping you 10 times.
No.
On the
Can you
past.
you're not and this is like the thing about it, like you have to like stop being human in order to be savage. And I fight so hard for my humanity because I know what it takes to like really lose all of that. Like I know like how to lose all of that. And so like the fact that we can operate in general population and society for real, and we ain't like pirates, like like with Fed taps and stuff, and we doing fair, we doing right, bro. We ain't doing nothing wrong no more. Even smoking weed ain't wrong no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? We just building. Like if Bob Marley could have done this in peace, he'd probably still be alive. The stress of not being able to be yourself is pressure, and pressure bursts pipes, and even like it also builds strong muscles. But at the same time, grass don't struggle to grow. You don't like the earth provides for all of us, but certain ones of us are like kept in the shade. Anywhere that darkness is allowed to be treated like it's truth, like it's the light, then shady shit's gonna happen, and eventually the truth is gonna catch up. Like you could think that you could fly all you want, but when you test that balcony and you jump over that motherfucker, reality's gonna catch up real quick. And see, the society tells a certain group of people
And that's what I love. That's what I love about the Minority Report.
yeah.
Because what we're doing right here, right now, in the greatest segue ever, is having people in the moment of reckoning where all that shit catches up to them. And
So like
today,
bro, I'm gonna say some of the like realest shit ever. It's gonna sound racist. It's gonna sound
oh God,
like a lot of stuff. It's gonna sound like, but you gotta understand there is reality and then there's like your imagination. And all right,
are you able to share the video real quick before you get started? Share it real quick from my page. Well, it's on a few pages. The YouTube link on my Facebook page. Before we go into the roasting, what you done this time?
I'm not gonna roast my brother. I'm gonna break it down, right? I'm gonna break it down because we all
the look on his
a part
face.
of a program. We all a part of a program, right? We all live by a certain code, and we're written into this display system, right? And so, where in the display system have you ever seen somebody named Jamaicio? Don't laugh, bro. This is not to be funny.
Okay.
And I mean this, bro, because like anytime that you were something like rare in the system, you gotta watch how you operate even more than like somebody with a name like John, like because your name makes you stand out.
Suspect out the gate.
So yeah, like honestly, like we gotta know where the fuck we at. We ain't home. This ain't Africa where you can have your name,
Woo!
huh?
Yo,
Let's
in
be like,
Bloomington, I tell them that so
and I'm saying
much,
like you don't have to
especially.
assimilate, but you do have to get down with the program, or you're gonna get moved to the trash bin. And so when you got all these things against you, like okay, so now you're Jamakio, you've chosen a hairstyle that everybody like okay. Now you're like you're further differentiating yourself outside of what the system even allows. And I don't mean this like because I've done all of this and I have to, understand where I'm at, where that's allowed. Like you gotta
Well,
understand like
and
certain
there,
things
and
that we
he's
do.
doing this in a place, and I feel like I would say I'm in Atlanta. There's so many places where you're allowed to be black, and that's what makes it unlike any other place in the world. Now, in Bloomington Normal, there is no place, zero, zip, zilch. Your home or your homies or your family's home is the only place where you can exercise your blackness in peace. In
Yes,
Bloomington Normal, and it has
to a
been,
degree.
no, factually, on a deeper degree than they can even take in. What do you
Okay.
mean? They can't even
But so
buy black
so there
products.
is
They
there
can't
is
even buy
there's
black
no monolithic
products.
there's no monolithic blackness. There's actually like there's no real black code or customs that we are held to. Like, and if there were, they would all be like responsible for failing us because like we are at the bottom. You and I have the lowest, life expectancy, the highest mortality rate. Like just black men have the most strikes against them. They're at the bottom of all of the categories for success. And so, like, peep this. We only 13% of the population, right? Can your phone survive losing 13% of its power? Yeah, it can. Not 13%, but like if it lost 13% of its power, and like you gotta
Yeah, it
understand,
can, but it's not going to work the same.
energy is finite. And so your phone holds more energy at 100%. Like it holds that 100% longer than it does at 50%. Now it'll lose like just like soon as you lose that 13%, the energy starts going down faster, but it still works better than it will at 50%. It's still a B, it's still a B, right? And so I'm saying like we do these things like they put us like so far outside of the system. And first, before we break the system, we have to learn how to operate within it. You have to understand how power works. You have to understand how to collect power and use power and
That's a
operate
long
from your power.
process
Because
for a lot of people.
that's
I mean,
all this is.
bro, as here's my problem even with this picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's going to get in trouble again in his life. It seems like he has a very I fucked up face.
What'd he do? I'm sorry, I can't see this.
I'm
And
charged.
see his name, like I'm not saying
Unlawful possession of a firearm.
okay, so that's a crime of desperation, right? Like we are in environments where like I can't see, like I can't say he didn't, but there's a right way to do that, right?
Ah,
There
you,
is a right way to have a firearm, bro. And
I,
like if I
I
didn't
hate
see,
guns.
but see, if I didn't see people doing things the right way, I wouldn't know it. Like my people, they got their CCW. They got, they have registered firearms, and like
Oh wait,
you have.
okay. He's got an aggravated battery, misdemeanor resisting a peace officer, 11 traffic charges.
Yeah.
He's an Alabama truck driver, swerving on I-74, spit on troopers. Damn! Jamaicio didn't know where the fuck he was at, clearly.
Right. So I
That's
mean,
a
yeah.
okay,
Like,
so
where is
that
that?
makes that situation make a lot more sense.
So like where in your life, like where
Oh
where
man.
in history has that behavior ever been acceptable?
Never? Oh, well,
Exactly. So it don't be racism fucking us up. And like maybe earlier in life, but like honestly, you're a truck driver, bro. You got a consistent job. You got time. You know, we all got choices, bro. Like nobody has to sell crack nowadays. It's like there's no problem we can't fix. It's just problems that we won't fix.
He ain't know where he was at. He thought he was in Alabama.
Where could he be?
He thought he was in Alabama, Atlanta, Alabama. We swinging.
No, bro.
The South, New Orleans.
Where in the history of mankind, on God's earth or Jeff Bezos' internet, has it been acceptable to do what he doing?
Yeah. I'm trying. Jamaica Chapel. I'm trying. Chappelle. I don't even want to say. I said.
And like this isn't the judge because he's guilty and innocent until proven guilty. But we know that we guilty until proven innocent here, right?
We got to go to the next. Right. Yeah. We got 36. Gordon Lesson, step to the plate. What do you charge? Domestic. Another. I hate it when ugly guys feel like they can't get anybody else. I feel like that's what happened here.
Ugly guys feel like they can't hit anybody else?
They can't get any other chick. And so they're like, no, you're the only girl who's going to bang me. I can't let you go.
Oh, bro, nobody has the proper relationship with themselves, like a good enough relationship with themselves to be even qualified to have a good relationship with somebody else. Like, we're not taught how to have relationships.
Why not, though? That's what this is all about, though. Like,
that'd be the thing. Like,
reflect. They're so we're all so unaccountable and
unqualified.
Unqualified. I'm unqualified, and I understand that, and I accept that, and I want you to know that, right? Yeah. But I also want you to understand too, like, I learned a lot, and it holds me to a standard by holding these people to a standard, because I'm not no dummy. I know that because of how I'm coming for them. If I'm wrong, so I got to be just as righteous.
Well, so like we gotta come at people with sympathy, but like understand it also, like you gotta accept the consequences of your actions. There's no like you either going like it's kind of got to be a zero-sum game when it comes to a lot of this stuff. You either doing something or you not. And if you doing this, like, is what you doing acceptable? All right, so what you're doing is unacceptable. I can't rock with nothing that's like, like when it come to raising my son.
Unforgivable. I love that YouTube.
When it come to raising my son, I be like, I don't do good or bad. I be like, is this healthy or not? It's either healthy or unhealthy. And if it's unhealthy, is this my business or it's not? My business is healthy and creating a healthy environment for him, right? And preparing him for life when I'm not here. So he can, thrive. That's what a parent is supposed to do. And so like you gotta look, if I'm not thinking healthy, I'm not being in relationships healthy. I'm not making healthy decisions. Nothing I'm doing is actually healthy. Is actually like the way that I wanted to be. So it's like there's got to be a process and a striving. And when we not on that journey, it's easy to keep making mistakes after mistakes, and then they compound, and next thing you know, you having your mugshot.
On my show, on the Minority Report. I'm going to pull up mine one of these days. I got one as my album cover because I tried to take the worst moment of my life and have it represent something positive. I try to change the meaning of that picture.
Well, so like people, like there's the law of opposites, right? And so wherever you have one program, you got the opposite of that program, right? So if you got sadness, what's the opposite of sadness? Gladness, happiness. If you got, and so like peep this, if you've been rejected, what the opposite of rejection is accepted, right? So you got to take that moment in which you're rejected, feel those feelings, but then
I love how
Flip
you're
it.
flipping these mugs. Just how you're flipping these mug shots into think pieces.
Yeah, you gotta like be allowed to feel your feelings, but
Well,
then know how to contain
and
the
that's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing because
yeah.
was desperate, and he's desperate for
Desper-
self-love and all the above. And
that's
so,
it. Desperation is the
domestic is a
father
few
of all
letters
fuck ups.
away from.
Desperation is the father of all fuck ups. How about like that's a quote right there. That's hard. Like desperation is the father of fuck ups because soon as you like get desperate, ain't no telling what you gonna do. You're not even yourself no more because you're acting from a depleted stance, right? Like so now that you think you lost your love, now you want to get violent. But that person ain't who gave you your love in the first place.
Never was. Gordon, that person was.
That person wasn't
Gordon, that
who
person
gave you
was
your
never
love.
the person who gave you your love.
And
Gordon.
so, like, what
and
I want to
want
say,
you to know that. Yeah, like
you always got to remember who you were before the trauma.
Woo! Yeah!
And like, you can't
Remedy in the building.
Yeah, you can never let the curse make you forget your blessing. You know what I'm saying? You can never let the bad times make you forget the good times because like it's all ebb and flow. Like they gonna come, they gonna go. I ain't even meaning to rap like this right now, but that's how it go. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're definitely gonna have to bring you to tell your story because literally you've been in all the trenches and you've been to the highest spots, and even your commentary. There's such a story behind it that we got to get, and we will. But for now, Stephen M. Abdullah.
He thought he was white.
I hate it when that happens, bro.
Bro, been Arabic his whole history, right? And like his family been thriving being Arabic Muslim. He thought he was white for a minute, I bet. What's the crime? What's the crime? I can just see the look on his face. Like, what?
Oh my God. Okay. Yo. Oh my gosh. Wait till you hear these crimes, right? 2 counts of harassment. Did you ever share the video? I don't believe.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 counts of harassment of jurors. Class 2 felonies. 11 counts of communication with jurors. Class 4 felonies. And 1 count of attempted communication with juror. He definitely.
Yeah, that's some like I ain't never heard no black person get like, those charges.
Like maybe like a super mobster. Like a
ain't nobody like that for real. Like, and if like I'm just saying, they might be, but it's rare. Like nobody gets caught like that. Like,
woo, yeah, because he got caught. All of them told on him. He must have been saying some extra white shit to them, like "I'm gonna slit your throat."
I ain't even gonna speculate, like, because I don't like to use my imagination.
Bro, that's what this is all about. Cause shit.
What's up?
What's up, young Fate? I haven't even been. What up, y'all? We got y'all in the building. I didn't even see y'all niggas in here, man. The fuck is up with y'all? I'm having a great day. I hope y'all are too. I'm here with Remy. Remedy. So, how'd you get your name?
Oh, my real name is Jeremy Deshaun Herring. And like if you take off the JE, it's just my last 4 letters of my first name and my middle initial. But in the time where rappers was like, I'm sick, I'm ill. It's just like what I was going back.
You're like, I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite of y'all niggas. I'm wired.
But like, actually, it's more like, no, you're not. When I'm here, no, you're not.
And especially as a battle rapper.
Yeah, and like usually, when I rap, people don't rap after me. Like there's like nothing really else. It's like I do so much
Come on, man. You can talk
technically
to
and like
these other MCs like
substantially.
that,
Like
cuz.
it's so much. Like it's like I put rappers in your head. Like
We got a
I put
battle
Humble,
rap.
huh?
We're gonna have a freestyle battle or something. We're gonna have
I don't do it because like I
we're
only
not
got
gonna
like
diss each other.
I'm
We're
gonna try
just
to,
gonna
you know
rap.
what? That's not true. I'm gonna push myself out of my comfort zone and I'm gonna try to make it fun for me so I can like do
Yeah,
that.
come on. I'm just gonna make it fun. I'm not gonna get mad if the people vote for you or vote for me.
No, it's just like, you know, my mind, like the connections, it just goes off of, you know, an end and then I don't stop. Like it's like hard to like, it's like once you get that it's like if a car starts going, like I go 0 to 100 real quick, but 100 don't go to 0 real quick. Like that takes some like skid marks and like you might hear crash sounds and it's a lot of heat that, you know, is required to stop. But nah, man. But no, I just like freestyling and coming off the top. Like that is actually a therapeutic thing. Like when you
Yeah,
embrace
we
rhythmic
can have fun, especially like we
and
gonna feed off of each other. So
right. And we could do like topics and like, you know,
fuck all that. Just playing beats and it ain't about being all bro. My number one, just like you, I'm all about freedom, my dude. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So
Freedom
like,
is very important, bro. And like you gotta
it
protect
is
that
fun
at
to play a
all costs.
game. We might play some games with it. That might be fun, but you know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, just,
Yeah, man.
I don't like putting on niggas because then niggas be like, oh, that box you put me in really screwed me out. Like, no, nigga, let you cook however you cook. I'm going to cook however I cook. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I bring the heat in February, cocky tweets in February. Will I fuck with these niggas? Be like February. On the 31st, fuck all of these nerds. I'm killing them with the first. Hitting on a curb. She said, oh, it hurts. It
Yo,
could be worse. What up? What up, Mr. Munoz? What up? Mr. Munoz, stoning up like Stephen Abdullah.
that's
Yo,
fun. Damn, I didn't that's a really good rhyme. Like I wouldn't even put that together in my head.
I love words so much.
Me too, bro.
Ah! Don't gas me up, y'all. Don't gas me up. I'm like the
Let me
great
like,
killer.
bro, like words are so important, bro. Like they create so much energy and like
Mm.
once you know the power of like once you know the rules to the game, you can't be too careful. Like and like my son, like he ain't heard certain words and he definitely ain't attributed it with certain words. And like you gotta think like how would a fully healed person behave?
Not
Somebody
like this.
right.
but like, but like, when I want people to understand, yo, I want people to understand, bro. Doing this is so therapeutic
It
to me,
is.
and I'm a man on the process to where I'm going, and
Right.
so it's like,
And
let's grow together. Like this
you're
isn't
being
about,
vulnerable, bro.
yeah.
And vulnerability is actually strength. I call it vulnerability. Vulnerable, not vulnerable, but vulnerable. Because like whenever you step outside your comfort zone, you actually get stronger. That's where you find out stuff at. Like it's because you know like it's like what you know I don't know, so I know I got stuff to learn, and
And that's
then
why I love talking to people. I get to pick brains, and they
yeah,
think I'm smart because of it. But I'm picking up so much game. Like, you can only understand how much game you get to pick up by talking to 200 people for 45 minutes. A
right.
whole rip every time with completely different backgrounds and from everywhere. Like,
And see that's a big thing of what we as so-called black people have to do is like take in other people's experience and account of stuff and you know be able to
don't pass that shit
reconcile
on
the
black people.
information that we
Black people
receive.
are hype beasts. They're the original hype beasts. But we can't just peg it. People as a whole, because shit, when white people didn't
We
like black
the
people,
thing
that's
about
the same. That's the same fucking thing. I mean, and
I don't
even
even
within our
separate myself from white people anymore, bro, because it's
well,
all
because
us,
we're American. We're
right? But the
American.
thing about it is, bro,
We're more
racism
like the
is
white
meant.
people than we are people from Africa.
Like we all
Is what they've
Afro-European.
reduced us to.
You Afropean, bro.
Bro, but here, yeah, no, right. But what but at this point, we're American, and me
Hold
and the
on. Like
white
think about
people
that. But
who
out of
grew
what?
up with everybody from Nirvana to Tupac, this whole
That's
culture that has
American.
been
But what
created.
American is for real, bro, is Afropean, because you got to look at the origin of
Of
where you come from.
course, of
And so that like
course.
being.
But
But does anybody say that? Has anybody made space for an Afropean?
no, we got Afropean.
And if that's what you really are, you have to
Hey.
and that's something that we have to reconcile, and it's okay. It's okay to not like we try to be so African when we not from there. And we also got to realize that we're not fully American yet, because we're not receiving what we should be as American.
Whoa.
So use an Afropean.
You gonna get my show canceled, nigga.
Yeah, bro. Whenever we gotta make a show called Countdown to Cancellation.
Literally.
But for real, once you make space for who you really are,
fuck the humble shit. Let's keep it legendary.
It's like a baby, bro. Like once you get a baby and you making space for that baby, and the thing about it is, bro, like I really am creating an environment for my son. Like my son got the best at everything. Like I got my son the best mama that anybody. My wife is a pediatrician, bro.
My mama's a pediatrician. Shout out to pediatricians.
And look at y'all. Like y'all, I love you and your brothers, man. Like I love to see families, man. And because I didn't have my dad in the house growing up, and now that I see what my dad missed, I got so much sympathy for him, because bro, the only reparations.
Bro, you can't underestimate the power of influence and being around good people. And that's something, shout out my uncle, shout out my mom, shout out my dad, who did not, because I would have been destined to drown, and I did everything in my path to drown, and they never let me down. What up, Bobby in the building? Thank you.
Yeah, man. And getting it, like my like being able to see my son develop, with a mother that is like my wife, and then like I'm kind of crazy, but every dad is crazy. Like like being a dad will make you crazy, because you will realize that everything that happens is your fault, right? Everything that doesn't happen is your fault. And it's a different level of accountability.
Even as a husband, and can I blame my wife? Hell no. That ain't
like as a man. Like it really, it showed, because men don't get nothing given to them. Ain't no men, infants, and children. You got WIC offices, like there's hella resources for women. Like men protect women and children, and women protect women and children. Nobody protects men. And when I saw that, but we all depend on them, right? We depend on men like a motherfucker, right? But you can say anything about a man in this internet sphere, especially a black one. You don't have to respect them. That's why I don't use the N-word, because you don't have to respect black people. Like nobody has to, but a Jewish man, I wish you would call him with use his ethnic slur. I wish bro,
hell no.
Out your house.
She take the cookie, and she take the cookie is what my boy said. Shout out, she take the cookie. Look, Bubby, no, right here.
She did. My wife, thank God, she takes it away.
She can't be taking the cookie away. She can take a lot of things away, but the cookie is a no-fly zone. Yeah. Well, even the flyer is us surrounded by broken people.
Bruh. And that's the thing. I say that either you're like trying to heal or you trying to seek attention. Like,
Whoa. Okay, now you're trying to come at me.
no. Because you brought me on here. And like you're like
She got this nigga sweeping and dusting as we speak. As we speak.
Yeah, I gotta get get to that too. But yo, man, like having a family, bro, just like we so disconnected from like a family life in the black community. Most of us don't come from like healthy households. You can see the right, like.
Can we say it's bringing attention?
Hmm?
It's bringing attention to something so it can heal.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because it's even like, okay, it's like just like people will watch the media and never know what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
yes.
they don't treat me as a human. And also, like, there's so much growth and development in getting a spotlight put on you as well. And so, like,
that's huge, bro.
And so, like, I'm like flipping the script a little bit, and like, you know, like obviously, like, and people love drama.
Absolutely,
they love seeing this. They tag me in mugshots and be like, "Get him." Yeah. And so they even that shows though that they also understand the point. It's not like they're just tagging the casual criminal. They're tagging a pedophile ass nigga, a kidnap ass person, and somebody who has been a part of the community that people have let in their homes.
Yeah.
And pretended to be something else.
Yeah.
All like
attention is like awareness is healing. Like it starts there. It starts there, man. The Jerry Springer of drama. Woo!
Yo, the city loves it. They talk about it, and it fuels the music. Then they get quality music. It
appeals to a certain part of the brain. Because you got a part of the brain that looks for problems and looks for like things that are out of order and like natural. And so that's why Young Thug hit the way that he did. And like, you know, his term is like slime, because he went against the grain doing everything that he did. Like, you like, okay, like they went against the grain so hard, they made it cool to like have like girlfriends and stuff, like, because you know hip hop was so like, you know, we don't love them hoes. Then like you know, then Lil Baby and them, you know, you get the biggest Chanel back in the store if you want it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I heard that, I was like, oh, we changing, bro. We changing. That's a change, bro. Like we, you know, when we start actually like treating ourselves like babies. Like, man, and, you know, like when you see like the
like
whole
something
family,
to be cherished and spoiled, and well, and you know, it's funny because do you know what my highlight point was where I realized that the album Young Thug just put out, Pink, was where it was extra highlighted because it's like a party song.
And Tyler, the Creator.
It's a party song, but he's cherishing a woman during it, like, you know, oh baby, you're so beautiful. I take a shot of the Ciroc, and it's like you don't usually hear that.
Bro, it ain't about love. It ain't about shit, bro. If you ain't woke up,
he's so funny. He's so funny, Young Thug. He got that. Like, he got that line. He said sometimes she'd lie, but I'd let her get away with it because sometimes she'd want to die. Like. It's so simple. It's so like,
it's light.
And like, man, like it's what we go through as a man. And be like,
and like, man, bro, like I love, my favorite artist is actually The Weeknd, and like he's proven. Like I used to be a Weeknd fan before he was like even popular. Like I came out to California and I had the 3 mixtapes on my phone. House of Stones, Echo, Silence.
Thursday.
bro. And I just had those on an iPod Nano, and I just walk around. That's all I listen to until start putting out more music. But understanding the growth and development of a young man, and
Man,
what like we
all
are
about the
writing a new
development.
narrative. Most of the time,
Ooh!
like what a black man is and like should be has been told to you, and it's different. We do have to strive for something higher than what's available though. And that's why I see a lot of us falling off, because we used to have to strive to be Christ-like, or else you like white people and this is the thing, like white people don't even want to be Christian no more. That's the dangerous part. Like Christianity, the only thing that civilized them a little bit.
One of my favorite rap lines is, they always tell me when I'm not being like Christ, but they never tell me when I'm being Christ-like.
Yeah,
I was yelling at my dad and it wasn't really Christ-like, but they
yeah,
but they never tell me when I'm being like Christ. No,
yeah.
but
Oh
that's
no, they won't do that. And like you're supposed to like care about that, but you can't be yelling at your dad. Like it's so like you got to keep yourself in order and in check, and
yeah.
and in respect, and like
Well,
learning how to
well, I
do it
feel
at the
like,
new
bro,
level.
our world is so broken because people didn't stand up for themselves. And where we watched somebody who needed to be lifted up and we didn't do it because it's like, oh, this isn't the time. And for some things, there'll never be the time. And the codes and ethics that ride with these major businesses and things like that is not how it's supposed to be.
No,
And it's not okay. And it's actually the opposite. And
but
I understand why. Because the opposite of being look, it's just like gang culture when it comes to God. You're either with it or against it.
yep,
And so when it comes to business, when it
yep,
comes to government, and
yep,
when they say, wait, there's a division of church and state, they're letting you know who they rock with.
yeah, yeah. And you have to like that's always been the key. And so we have to be above reproach in our actions and behaviors. But a lot of times we like our souls be sold by the time we out of our teenage years, because
Woo!
our environment's so messed up that
Yo,
we
and then we spend all this time. Yo, Remedy, you're fighting for your soul
yep,
from from the time in every trench. Like
all you. And so
it's
this is why we got to protect our kids, so they don't like make them mistakes, and they can, even before they make the mistakes, catch them, so they can hold on to their soul and they can make the changes. And like, because like soon as we make a mistake, they penalize us for it. Like I could like come out, start popping right now today, dropping all of the best information. They gonna go back in my past like, oh no, he got put out the military, or he got he said this about women at a certain point.
not
Like
saying be honest. Tell your. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, ugh, should I say that one? Like,
like no, not but like I'm fine. Like I'm
it's your
fine with where I'm
testimony.
at. Like I know
Okay, I mean,
I'm
but
close,
your
but like what I'm doing
testimony.
though,
It sucks how much a testimony adds weight to what a
it
person
does,
is
but
saying
it does. But
because
like
they
the
don't
thing about
understand your credibility. They keep hearing me say it because I'm trying to have them understand. I think the people watching know I don't fuck around
right,
and that I mean everything I say on here, and I will treat a motherfucker if they're not being real to themselves. But yo, what you've been through in your story, in the rage to the to where you're, you know what I'm saying, at now is a story that so many young men have to hear,
yeah,
you know. and,
absolutely.
and,
Because a
and
lot
that's
of us
even why
don't
I'm
like
talking
get
about
here.
you coming back.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Like
they don't
let's
get there. They don't even get there.
right, bro. We done lost how many friends, bro? How many like how many people from high school? Like man, like most of my best friends dead. Like my favorite cousins, my mama's it ain't like that for my mama though. And like understanding the situation, like I know that I'm privileged. Like I live a different life and like and my son definitely don't live the average Black experience. But like, we have to make sure that we're intentional about creating something different, or else the regularly scheduled programming is going to keep repeating itself over and over again with no commercial breaks. Like, it's just like how it's gonna go, and we're like right here at the point where everything is getting better. We got to keep remembering that, bro. Hey, everything is getting better. Like, you remember what text messaging, like before, like bro, a text message was like before emojis. You remember what emojis were before they were like faces? When you
They
used to have the
was
semicolon, the
lines.
dash,
You'd have to
then
make them.
the
Yeah,
parenthesis.
yeah. I know you
Everything.
got.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
you got a lot of stuff to do.
yeah,
You
bro.
know
But
you're gonna. You know we're gonna have you back. So let's give it up for Remedy in the motherfucking building, y'all.
hey, I appreciate
Give it up
y'all,
for
man.
yourself too, yeah, for sure. Join us.
Yeah, bro, I appreciate it,
For
man. We
sure.
gonna get back on here and rock. And our we family, bro. Like, we've known each other, been around each other like almost 20 years now. So, and
But really though, this is the
yeah,
first time in a long time.
for real,
Got a
bro.
strong mind. And a
And
strong
you see
guy.
how easy it was, bro. You see, it was nothing. Like, hey, yo, this Brandon. I see Beck. Like, y'all family name good. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's
love you,
how it
bro,
goes.
man. Stay up. I'm gonna go give me some lunch now.
Yeah, hey. It's been a blessing, yo. I hope people watch this shit and
Yeah.
take something real away from it, man. Because there was a lot said. We'll have you back. We'll have you back. Thanks a lot, my guy.